Alright, great minds. Do you struggle with designing flyer that converts? Don't worry. If you watch to the end of this video, I will share proven strategies and techniques that will help you create a flyer that drive attention and gets results. But before we do that, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Without further ado, let's dive in. So in this flyer, there are many things, there are many steps and strategies that are used in getting this. So there are many stages, there are many stages. Background stages, blending the subject with the background, effective ways of using lens flare, sharpening the objects, and many more. So let's just see how it works. So this is the work I did for my client. He told me that he wants that their church is having a final year service stuff. So he wants me to create a flyer for them. So I said, okay, no problem. Let's get started. So when this come to my mind, I started thinking of how it's going to be with them sitting here. I noted there are many things I'm going to do. So let's start from file. Will come to new 3000 by 3000 pixels. This is what I use normally. Then under resolution, I put it 600 or 800 depending on what I want to achieve. So since this thing is RGB, that is for phone, it's for social media, I will leave the color mode. But if it is a flyer that I'm going to print, I will keep it to CMYK. That's so you click on create. Then having done that, the next thing we are going to do now is the background stage, which is where most graphic designers start failing in flyer design. So let's start. So first of all, this is the background. This background is just like the solid ground in the flyer. In every flyer that you see, if the background is not good, your work is not going to make sense. So this is the first layer. I import this one. Then the next thing I'm going to do there is now is to blur it. I'll make sure that I blur it to give me that smooth stuff. So have you seen it? The next thing I'm going to do now is to import this graduation picture. You can see since it's a SenthForth service. So you can see now. Then I import this thing. Then if you want to know more about blending mode, you can check my video blending mode stuff to understand how this works. So probably we are going to use overlay. Then we make the opacity that kind 30 something. Alright. So having done that, the next thing we are going to do now is to bring in the stage light. I love using this in my work. It makes my work look beautiful. So this is it. Then what we do now is to do what? Make the blending mode either screen or let us use this one and see how it's going to be. Then just press Ctrl J and come here and press Ctrl T and right click on it. Then flip to horizontal. You can see. Then having done this, just highlight these two and come here and make sure that they are on the same stage. Before that, I know we are going to shift this again. Just come here and import this this flag on the middle. Then press Ctrl T. Just press T and drag this down a little. So you can see now it's in the middle of the work. You can come here and make sure that it's in the middle. Alright, then this light, shift it a little bit. Come here, shift it a little bit. Then after we do this, the next thing we are going to do now is to color grade. You must color grade your background to give it that feel that makes your work beautiful. So one of the ways to do that is to come here and desaturate it. You desaturate it, then you bring in the gradient map, then come here. So probably I will type the color of the blue. The first one will be dark. So the color is 00, the color code 001B43. That's for the first one. So I want to get the exact color. Then you come the second side and press the other color. That's 078EFB. That's the second one. So this is the exact color to suit this work. So you can see it from the graded. So after you have done this now, the next thing I'm going to do now is to bring in the rectangle. You can see this color. This thing is just like a wall. Just like a wall. Then just come here and import a rectangle. Just come here like this. Then from here we are going to give it color. This color, you come here and the color for that this thing is F1. So this is the color for that stuff. One of the things that you need to understand how color works. So it's like this flag is very, very distinct. It's very, very long. Let's bring it up a little bit. Alright. So then activate this is. So having done that, the next thing we are going to do now is to import the light. That's the lens flare that you see here. Just to amplify the light on stage. You can see this light on stage. Just to amplify it. So let's just first of all make sure that we lock this thing so that they won't move. They won't move. Just lock it. These are the things you need to know. Just lock it. Then this gradient map, just lock it. Make sure that you lock all of them. Then let us import this. With what I'm seeing, this stage light, they are not on the same height. Let's see whether they are on the same height. I'll bring it in a little bit up. Alright. So that we make sure they are on the same height. Then lock them. Alright. Then after you have done this, you are going to import the light, this lens flare, to amplify this thing on. So you reduce it from here. Just come here and let's see how this is going to be on screen. Let me just see how it's going to be. Let me blur it a little bit and see how it's going to be. I don't want it to be more intense. So you can see how the stuff is. Then one thing you're going to do is that you duplicate this light. Put here. Another Ctrl J. Put here. Ctrl J. Put here. Ctrl J. Put here. Ctrl J, put here, Ctrl J, put here. So you can see how these lights now are. You can see how the lights are here. So what you need to do is that you highlight all these lights, this lens flare that you see, and right click on this thing and convert it to smart object. Why we do this thing is that so that we can also edit it back. You convert it to smart object. Have you seen it? Then you can equally leave it like this. You can even change the blending mode to screen or leave it like. So after that, the main thing we are going to do now is to do what? Is to desaturate it. No, it's not black and white. It's not black and white. We need to desaturate it. When it's you come to use saturation, and make sure that you clip it only on this. Then desaturate the light a little. Then make sure that you get that complete blue. This is where I got my blue. Then you can see now how the work is. So with what I'm seeing, my flag is not in the middle. Then after I've done that, make sure you lock it so that they won't move. This is my flag. Let me push it a little bit. Okay. Alright. So you can see how this is. So let me lock it again. Then after I've done this now, let's see it. This is the work. Then the next thing I'm going to do now is to bring in this ripple. I've worked on the pictures. I've worked on the pictures. So that's what you need to know in any flag design that you do. You need to find the area of concentration, like the main focus where people that like what will attract people to your work. Their main eye of focus. The main area of focus is this people now that I did their work. So this is the people that are graduating. Then after you do this, you are going to import another rectangle. This rectangle now is just like people that are on stage. Then I put this one is going to be pure white. So from here I'm going to choose the white in mainstream to give me the pure white that I want. So this is it. So let's see the old one. You can see it. Then I haven't done that. What you do is to lock this one again. Then lock this paper. You can see the next stage now. The next thing I'm going to do now is to, with what I'm seeing, this paper needs to be big in this work. Let me unlock it and drag them again. Then lock them again. Then this rectangle, I will unlock it small a little bit and bring it down. Then you can see that we are done with the background creation. This is just the background creation. Every other thing is just to make the work look good. So this is the things you need to know whenever you are designing a flyer. Okay, from there you can see these are the stuff. I made sure that from what you are seeing, you can see how the font and every other thing is. We are going to carry everything up, but before that, I'm going to drop another stuff, this stuff. So now, whenever you want to stretch this thing, just hold shift so that it will move everything. So you can see this. The next thing that I do now is to put it a shadow to make it realistic. One other things that you need to take part, you need to have a mind on design this to make your work look real. Like when they see, they'll say, wow, this is creative. You make your work look real. Then I'm going to shift this background like this. Make sure that on the same place. But before that, this shadow, I need to get it in a little bit. So that it will be in the middle. You can see it now. Then you can see the work is done already. So the next thing now we're going to do now is just to carry everything on how to, if you are finding it hard on how to add text, you can equally go to my video on adding text and learn how to add text on Photoshop. So before that, you need to put on your margin, these rulers. These rulers will help you to know the limit where your work won't pass, and make sure that everything is in the same category, that everything is well aligned. So this final year stuff, let me just highlight it and just bring it in. So you can see that the work is done already. So this is just it. For that, I will show you how I was able to make that font have that effect. So you can see it. Then let us check another one. Okay, the date and time. And every other thing, let us highlight all of them. The venue, then every other thing. Mainly, all these things now, you can see now, this thing is the main information. Whenever you are designing a flyer, you see dates and venue. They are the most important stuff. And again, if you are designing a church flyer, the theme of the program is another important factor you need to take serious. But sometimes these pastors will not take it lightly with you. So these are the things you need to have on mind. Let us shape this in a little bit. Alright. So having done that, what we are going to do now is to come to this our rectangle. Let us unlock it a little bit and bring it down a little bit. Then bring it down because of this that stuff, that service. Then lock it back again. Alright, you can see now the work is done. So there is another secret that I use. If you can watch closely now, look at this paper now and look at this flyer now. You can see one blue stuff here. I made them to have that blue feel, like the feel. This feel now, it's making it blend well, very well. So this is how I do that. You come to this picture and just import a square, and make loops like this. Then from here, you just come here. And just choose a color on the background. That kind of a thing. Just like that. Then after you've done that, what what you're going to do with this now, you're going to blur this. Go to filter and go to blur. Yes, convert to smart object. Then you're going to blur this. You're going to blur it very well. Have you seen it? Have you seen how the work is? We have blurred this stuff. This is some of my strategies I use in making that picture and the background blend very well. And some of the designers will teach you this. So having done that, you come here. You can see, have you seen the effect? Let me just zoom in and show you something. Let me zoom in and show you something. You can see this thing now. When I change the blending mode, you can see the feel is given on the picture. So what I'm going to do is to give it soft light. Have you seen how the picture is? Then if you give it screen, you can see the filter on the picture, the effect on the picture. This will make your work look beautiful. So this is it. Then I haven't done that. This is the work. We are done with the work now. Having done that, there is another thing that I do. There's another thing that I do on my flyers that make it stand out. I highlight everything that I highlight all of them and come to camera raw. So camera raw is where I do the final retouching. Then Ctrl J and Ctrl E. So when you do this Ctrl J and Ctrl E, it's going to give you the final work here. Come to filter. Come to camera raw. That's why I was telling you, if you have not purchased the camera raw presets, you are the one dulling yourself. I made it very cheap for everybody. You can see the description. You can see the link to purchase it from my digital store in the description. This thing. So let's come here. So there is this field that I used to give my flyer design. This thing that you see here now are all the presets. They are all the presets. Let me try. I can try the stuff here. Let me try this thing. But normally, before we go to that, there is this thing I want to show you before we go to that. Before we go to that preset stuff and every other thing, there is this thing I want to show you first. I know some of you will be asking me how I was able to make this stuff look like this. I'm going to show you. Despite you are supposed to go and check that video on adding text on Photoshop, I'm going to show you something now. So if you can come here, just right click on this and go to blending option. So in this blending option, I just added this bevel effect. You can see this is just a normal text that I typed. That is the bevel effect to give you what you want. I can come here and change it to here. This is not text effect. These are the stuff that you can add on your work so that your work will look. You have that premium feel. So this is it. Then after that, you can add a shadow on the basin to make the work real. So these are the way I was able to make that stuff. So without wasting your time, let us go to the last thing I was telling you. Then Ctrl J, Ctrl E. Then come to camera raw filter. This is the final stage in this work. I just want this video not to reach 30 minutes. So So here now, just click on here, presets. You can use this design finishers. This design finishers, we can use it on this one, depending on what I want. Let me just take this one and press OK and see how it's going to be now. So you can see it now. It makes the work look beautiful. You can see it's doing something. So thank you very much for joining us once more. I still remain Ekem the Precious, your coach.